podcast is a member of the Place to Be Nation family. Visit us at placetobenation.com.
Say,
Yeah, what are you doing?
I say junkies second. Junkies, flunkies, all of you. Time has arrived. We have arrived. Welcome to this week's episode of the NWA Saturday Special, the most listened to podcast for the National Wrestling Alliance anywhere in the world. Anywhere. I am your co-host, Scott Criscolo, and that other voice you heard is, of course, the doctor. The only doctor. The only fucking doctor, the National Wrestling Alliance, Dr. G. Giorgio Bellino.
Damn straight, getting ready for the 2022 NWA Crockett Cup. Are we getting excited or what?
This has been one of the most anticipated weekends for me in professional wrestling in a long time. Because
there are people that are not even fans of the NWA like we are that are getting pumped up for this and wanting to order.
People are getting the All Access. Yeah, I know multiple people, Dr. G, that have gotten the NWA All Access. They paid their $50 for the year, and they're in. They're in for what's going to happen this weekend at the fairgrounds in Nashville, Tennessee. I want to thank the NWA because for those that don't know, if you went on YouTube and you heard part 2 of the 10 pounds of gold special involving Nick Aldis and Matt Cardona, about 50 seconds in, you heard a familiar voice. And I just want to say thank you to the NWA, but it's not for me. It's us. It's not the voice. It's the show. And after over 2 years of busting our ass through this bullshit pandemic, this show has persevered for the National Wrestling Alliance. And just like Billy Corgan persevered, just like Nick Aldis persevered, the Podfather and the Doctor have persevered to give you this show each and every Saturday morning for you. Back 2 years ago, we were all hunkered down in bunkers like a bunch of rats. And then we crawled out and the sun shined. And now this weekend, after not being able to have it 2 years ago, the Crockett Cup is back. A major success for the National Wrestling Alliance.
Yep, we were so bummed in 2020 when we lost the Crockett Cup, and now it's back. And I think the one thing that people are coming to realize is that the little engine that could actually can.
Yeah, bet your ass it can.
And I think we're going to see a great show. I think it's going to be a fun weekend.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, listen, for those who are big wrestling fans out there, I think there's room for all the companies. If you're expecting to see a WWE type show, it's not going to happen. It's not what the NWA is about. I think that's what many of us that are fans of it, it's a little alternative. I was saying this on another podcast, but what I like about when we were younger and there was the territories, you always watch different shows because you like different aspects of it.
Correct.
So for me, for instance, when I was growing up, I had Championship Wrestling from Florida, which was a little more grittier, a little bit more, I don't want to say hardcore because that's not the word at that time, but it was a little bit more hardcore if you want to try to use the word. Then you had the Saturday show, the World Championship Wrestling or Georgia Championship Wrestling, which had that studio show, kind of like we like on the current NWA. Then you had the WWE, which was that, when Vince bought it, that, the glitz and the glamour and the Hollywood and the, everything looked beautiful and everything was lit and everything, just had that different aura to it. So you had a little bit of everything. Memphis was another like kind of hardcore kind of company. You had different things, and that's what I think. What I wish everybody and wrestling fans today like what you like. Listen, I'm not a big fan of wrestling over in Japan, but if people like that, that there's a little bit of something for everybody. So that's their choice. I'm not going to criticize them for it. Hey, we may have joke around here and there, but let people watch what they want to watch. There's different things out there. And this is what's great about the NWA is that the fact that they are giving you something that's a little different from what's out there. And that's what you want. And we're seeing some guys who were stars maybe at one time in other companies, rejuvenating their career, kind of, and then you have some where you have up and coming stars that are being created. Yeah, maybe eventually you may lose them to a bigger company, but you know what? Those are the building blocks to get this company to where it needs to be. So this is just all good stuff. I'm so excited about the Crockett Cup this weekend that it's neat that they're doing it 2 days. It just seems like that's the new thing now. It looks like WWE kind of started that where, let's do the 2-day event for pay-per-views.
Right. Yeah.
You got to give the NWA credit because they've done it now a couple times. So
yeah, I have a feeling we won't see that all the time. I think the next pay-per-view will be in June probably, like they did last year. I don't think it'll be called When Our Shadows Fall. At least I hope it doesn't. I do think next that in August, I think they will do another weekend for NWA 74. I think they will do the women's pay-per-view again, Empower, on Saturday, and then I think they'll do NWA 74 on Sunday in August. I think they will do
definitely.
that.
And I think bringing Matt Cardona to the company, kind of that guy that he basically they're alluding he was in the WWE and he NWA is below him and he's going to make it better. I think that's a kind of good role. I mean,
yeah, I agree.
It's interesting. I'm interested to see how that match is going to play out. I can't see Cardona. We've said that. I mean, I've been saying that Nick Aldis is going to be the champion again, but I can't see it happening this soon. But
yeah, I